Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I'm doing okay. Good days and bad days, and life's been full of ups and downs for me. So, again, thank you all for your continued support. There's nothing more frustrating than going through life working hard and not having very much of that succeed. So, regardless, we're going to push forward. That's what I do. I've been down out in my life so many times. I refuse to let the bad win, even if it does win a little bit for a little while, but I need to fight this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to give up and throw in the towel. Like, that's just not. Hi, Norma. Hi, Tanya. Hey, Teresa. That's just not how I live my life personally. And with every down that I've ever had, I've had to pick myself up, restart my life. There was many, many losses. So I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor, and things might really make me upset sometimes, especially when I'm unjustifiably mistreated for no reason. I don't like things like that. And yeah, it gets to me. After a while, I feel like I do want to give up. But when I think about actually giving up, I'm like, you know what? I'm not a giver upper. Like, what if that's even a word? It's my word. I'm not a giver upper. I don't just give up. I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. And that's what I've done my whole life. So just because something isn't going exactly the way I want it to go doesn't necessarily mean that it's not already going in a good direction. And I need to focus on the positives, not the negatives. Yeah, they get to me, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. You guys know that. Like, I will always tell you what I'm feeling and what I'm going through, because that's just who I am. I mean, I enjoy being close with all of you from all different places around the world. It's an awesome, cool thing to do. And you guys interact with me too. Hey, Billy, what's up? Right, Norma? So I'm like, all right, we're just going to press forward. I realize, like I said, there's some things on this platform that I'm not impressed with it at all. I'm not happy about, but each and every one of us has to make choices, and, that they're making theirs clearly. So am I going to just totally give up and let them win? No, I can't do it. Hi, Prabhath. Please just don't cry. No, I don't think I'm going to cry. But yeah, so we're going to push forward. Like I said, I'm going to start doing some other things on other platforms. I have a really huge following on a couple of them. So I'm thinking about, expanding there and, having some fun with other platforms as well. So that being said, yes, I want to continue with this one. I know it's not what I thought it was going to be, and in fact it's the exact opposite of what I thought it was going to be. It's exact opposite of what the reason I even started this is, not even happening. So rather than let that completely discourage me, I'm choosing to push forward through it. We're going to keep doing live get-togethers here, and I'm going to expand on other platforms. So if you are somebody who's interested in following me around, all of my links are connected on the About page on this platform. So as long as you take me with you. Well, like I said, all the links are right there for you. So hi, Mayra, Elise, much love, sister. Yeah, well, like I said, the links are connected to the About page. So I can send the link for the About page. How about that? That might work, rather than going into each one to try to find the links, right? Just give me a second. How is everybody else doing with the quarantine and the lockdowns and the curfews? And how's everybody doing? um, Okay, there's the link to the About You page. The lockdown's got you nuts. Aw. Gary is 4 years old, Tanya. Wow. I had no idea. Cloud, I don't even, like, how did I, in all honesty, you guys, I can't even remember. I remember how you count dog years, but for whatever reason, I can never retain how you count the cat years. Isn't it something about 7 years or something? I'm looking it up now. There's no reliable scientific way to calculate the relationship between human and cat years. It's generally agreed that the first 2 years of a cat's life are roughly equal to the first 25 of a human's life. After this, each additional year is around 4 cat years. Oh, so maybe I had it, but I had the wrong animal attached to it. Clearly, that's what happened. No, yeah, but it is 4 years, so for each additional year. So, like, my cloud is getting up there. For real, though. Oh, still dealing with the back pain. That's another thing. Like, with every time that I try to, present things to you guys in the world and stuff like that, I am constantly dealing with the chronic pain at the same time. And it definitely triggers sometimes where I just want to throw in the towel and say, forget it, I don't want to do this anymore. But I just can never actually complete that. Every time I think I'm done, I've had it, I kick back in and I start again and I go harder. And that's been my whole life. Like, I've just gone harder and harder and harder and harder. And that's just how I am. I've fallen harder too, but I always seem to get back up and I keep fighting. So the chronic pain on top of the stress, on top of the job losses, on top of the finances, right? I mean, just all the way around stressful, right? So, salut Yvette, ma belle. Here while living in silence. Yeah. You're going crazy with the quarantine. I just watched a video of, I think it was Alabama, Georgia. They have a 9:00 curfew right now. So there's an alarm sound that goes off and like everybody's got to get to their own place, or you could be ticketed and arrested and thrown in jail and stuff. So you have a cat that's 19 years old. Don't know what that is in cat years. So what you're saying is you've had him for 19 years. And what Google says is that the first year or 2 of the cat's life is equivalent to 25 years of a human life, and each additional year after that is an additional 4 years. So you basically start counting from the second year you had him at about 25 and then add 4 years for every additional year that you've had him. Yeah, I'm not sure if I got the place right though, Billy. I mean, you can confirm that then. I may have missed, because it's one of those TikTok videos. You just scroll, quick read, you know what I mean? But I just know that they were in the States and she was recording it and recording the alarm going off and stuff. So the chronic pain makes it really difficult to try to be positive, despite that, you're constantly having these warning signs going off in your body, triggering, irritation and anger and just tiredness and exhaustion. And like, it's just relentless, so he's alive and still going. Yeah, but what about the lockdown and curfew at 9:00 p.m.? Is that happening where you live or no? That's what I was asking. I can't remember which video it was. I'd have to go back and scroll. No, I'm gonna lose it. Once it refreshes, and there's so many millions of people that are using the app now, it's so difficult if you don't add the person or like the video the minute that you see it. good luck trying to find that person again unless you remember their name and you can search it, kind of thing. You can go and search for like keywords of the video, perhaps maybe find the sound and see every creator that's made a video to that, but that's a really long process sometimes. So no, I don't get spinal injections. I do not want to go through even more pain. No thanks. You haven't heard anything about that, Billy? So like I said, I probably have the wrong state or something, the wrong place. But it was in the United States because I remember the flag on her bio. So, and there was 9 o'clock curfew and everybody was kind of like hurrying. You could tell like there was a group of people that had gathered in the road and they were all having like, looked like everybody was kind of having a drink, and like, then the siren started. What you would think would be an emergency siren is what was going off in the background, and everybody was like, oh, it's time to go home, gotta go home. And they were heading off to their houses, each one of them, kind of thing, and they kind of well went their own way, and then you heard the person who was recording the video say that they had a 9 o'clock curfew. So definitely there's some states that are enforcing, more so than others. And I don't know if that's because there's more virus cases in those states versus others, or, what the real method or reason why they're doing that, and not everywhere, kind of thing, because it's like that here in Canada too. Like Quebec and Ontario right now, they have those kind of laws in place, and those they're patrolling, they're ticketing, they're arresting if you're not outside with permission for essential shopping needs and stuff like that. But it's not like that across the board of Canada, so, and it's the same thing in the US, and there's some states that have this like lockdown and curfew going on and others that don't. So it's definitely interesting. Everything's closed. Hey, Mary Beth. I don't want to go through the pain. I've talked about doing that, but no thanks. Yeah. Well, it certainly didn't look like there was any kind of a storm coming. But that being said, it doesn't mean that there wasn't one coming in the distance, if that's the case, and they're making the video seem as though it's an emergency curfew when really maybe it was some type of a natural disaster emergency siren or something, It's hard to tell sometimes because the clips are usually like 15 to 60 seconds max. So you don't have very much time to figure out what's going on before it's just looping the same little bit of information or whatever it is that they've recorded, And then that just gets redundant. Like, why are you rewatching this? You're not getting any more information. You know what I mean? So sometimes you'll go to the profile and you'll look up in the profile and see if they've added additional like parts to that one video. But sometimes you got to scroll through the content just to even find. Like there's certain creators that have like 1 million or a couple million or 10 million views on one video, but other ones only have like a few thousand. So you'll see that one popular video on the For You page or something. Meanwhile, it was like months ago that it was recorded, and so you have to scroll through all the rest of the other content just to try to find that video and see if there was any additional information to it, But yeah, it could have been somebody playing a trick. That's true. And I didn't go into the profile. So anyway, interesting, fun app though. I really enjoy it. I did a live last night on it. Just hung out and chatted. We don't have sirens like that here. Like, I don't know if that's something that will happen in the future or something, but We don't have sirens that go off here. Everyone trying to start a panic. Yeah. Interesting situation, right? There's a little bit of there's people that are creating videos that are what looks to be along the lines of conspiracy theorists, and they're basically, pulling out recordings or televisations of various political people that have mentioned something about things of this sort. I recently watched one this morning, actually, that they pulled, and I can't remember who it was again right now, but the information that they pulled showed that there was somewhere in Europe, there was a virus in 2014. There was a cure created. There was a patent for a cure for coronavirus that was created in 2014, and it was approved in 2019. Interesting, though, how people are sort of finding and gathering these little bits of information and putting them together, like from then to now, and maybe did they know and all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of interesting. But I mean, there's always going to be the controversy around something that's affecting humanity at large, right? I mean, the whole world is affected by this pandemic. So, but quite interesting, that somebody dug back to find out if there was ever a cure for a virus. And, so it was, and this is all like registered information. The guy had the papers and stuff, and he was like, he read the patent number and everything. It was pretty crazy, not gonna lie. Hi, Kara. How are ya? How's the fam jam doing? You guys okay over there? You're still in Winnipeg? But yeah, so interesting that this patent for some type of a cure for the coronavirus was like the application was submitted for approval for this cure from the host coronavirus. And this was in 2014. And then it got approved in 2019. It's interesting because it's named COVID-19. So it's just really, I don't know. You start fitting together some of these things and you're like, things that make you go, Totally. Seriously. Oh, seriously. I got a wicked new brace though. Oh man. It's like a professional one that like the pro athletes and stuff use. So good. Especially when I have to be like, moving around, walking around, bending over, doing various things. So sirens are based off of the old air raid sirens from World War II. That's interesting little tidbit fact, Billy. That's pretty cool. So the siren was invented in 1799, it says. Originally used as a musical instrument. Interesting, right? I mean, if it wasn't such a long siren, I could see maybe adding it in here and there. But it was invented by a Scottish natural philosopher, John Robison. Robinson's sirens used as musical instruments. So interesting how it took different spins. Invention until World War II, the main types of sirens were church sirens and I guess the tornado sirens. Interesting tidbit. Just because they have a cure for strain of coronavirus doesn't mean they have a cure for this strain caused this one because this one may be developed differently. One strain. No, definitely. Mary Beth, great question. I actually don't know the answer to that one. I'm not gonna lie. So, and Kara, yeah, what's interesting about that find though is that it was generated, that this cure was generated from the host coronavirus. So if it was the host of the virus, that would be like the main part of that virus. So yeah, other branches of it may or may not be curable with this, but you know, the chances of it at least are there because they've created something. And interestingly enough, it was approved, the bill was passed and the patent was approved in 2019. So, and documented, because like, you know, this information, you know, if you go looking for it, you will find it. And that's clearly what this person did. I don't know why my little cup always drips. It does that all the time. We're not going to be on too long today, folks. I just wanted to pop in and chat a bit and let you guys know, you know, what I've come through, I guess. You know, you watched my faking it till I made it type of attitude. You watched my fed up attitude. You watched my irritation and upset attitude. So I'm going to show you my push forward attitude as well. You know, it just goes without saying that seriously, I'm a person who has no ulterior agenda to lie to you guys or, you know, take advantage of anybody or whatever. So it really is upsetting when I feel that way as the person that's trying to create something here. You know what I mean? So I'm just not willing to let them win. You know, I could just throw it all in, but I'm not prepared to just let that go, you know? As frustrating as what they're doing is, you know, it is their choice and how I react to it is my choice. And, you know, if I can show you all those other sides of, you know, how I felt, I can show you the strong side of what I'm planning to do and what I'm doing now too, you know. You didn't realize the sirens went that far back? Yeah, kind of a neat little tidbit, hey? Thanks for that tidbit of info. Well, this is an exchange, is it not? That's the part about interacting that I like doing this. It's just really unfortunate that the platform is doing what they're choosing to do. And it's difficult to deal with, especially in this time, you know? So very unfortunate. And, you know, my content is original and, you know, there's never been any shadiness or whatever. So I, you know, find it disappointing and I don't like that feeling. Who does, right? I do work hard and I am genuine and I do have, you know, ethics and, you know, I pride myself on being a good person, right? Just generally, like there's no point to being adding more crap to the world, right? I mean, this world is full of it already. We all know that. So I think that the people who have come and gone can really see that. It's just unfortunate that they've allowed just like the seeing that one side of me and then just throwing that away. Like, okay, well, she's just whatever, judging and throwing it away. So, and it's unfortunate that the platform itself is doing exactly that. So regardless, like I said, I'm a fighter, so I'm just going to keep going. And there's, no other way around it. Yeah, I'm going to be upset a little bit, but, and yeah, I'm going to try other things too, because the point of, doing this with people is to be able to have some type of additional income to your revenue streams. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? People are bogged down with student loans and debt and current bills, just regular day-to-day living. And the economy is not getting cheaper by the day, it's getting more and more expensive. No, your rent's going up, hydro's going up, water's going up, everything's going up. But when people choose to take their bit of revenue and not share it with people who are adding to their platform, that's dishonest and unfair and unethical, but it is their choice. So how I choose to react, yep, totally mine. And I plan on, just whatever. We're going to keep rolling. I'm not going to give up. I know I said I was just done, but I'm stronger than that. So if they want to take advantage and they want to take, well, that is their choice. So, and there's plenty of other platforms that have, similar offers. So it's just like there's so much more out there to explore together, even. So, thanks for holding on, everybody. I'll always do my best to have your back. Nothing but love. Thank you, Billy. So sweet. All right, get back to work. TGIS. Thank goodness it's Sherry. You cannot find the payment links. It's again, just scroll up, Gigi. There, I put the link for the About You page, right just above your comment. If you scroll up, you can see it, hun. And much appreciation for everybody who does, donate. I really, truly do appreciate each and every one of you. There is still kindness out there. It's good to know, You're on the iPhone. Well, I'm not really sure which one you want. Oh, you've got it? Okay, good. Which one are you trying to use, Gigi? That's what I was going to ask you. But when you said thank you, I was like, oh, maybe she's got it already then. Yeah, I actually have to get going too pretty soon, but we'll chat for a couple more minutes. But then I've got to run as well. Honestly, I really just wanted to come back and let you guys know that I'm going to fight my way through this, It's going to still be lives, but it's not going to be as structured, which is fine, people who really are interested in hanging out, you'll set those notifications and stuff, Charge it to Sherry. What? Anyways, regardless, I truly do appreciate all of you guys. I do plan to be doing some new adventures, so make sure to follow the other links and follow on to those ones as well. I left my bedroom window open. A little bit chilly still here. We had some rain yesterday for the first time since spring started. Wonder how it's going to be this year for the farmers and stuff. We've got a lot of farmers in my province, so flat prairie lands, it's perfect for it, growing all kinds of different things, mostly potatoes, but all kinds of different things all over the place. Well, folks, I do honestly really wish you guys a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'm a very welcoming, accepting, honest, open individual. So I truly do welcome each and every one of you guys. And if you enjoyed hanging out, hit the like. I appreciate the support online. And I'll see you guys again. Like I said, not sure when, so hit that notification bell so that you get, notified when I do go live. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon for another true story with me, Sherry Weens. Bye for now, folks. Have a great rest of the weekend. Take care.